Good morning. Can you tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you're driving?
I'm Tom Van Matron, my wife Suzanne. We're from Valley, Nebraska. We have a 1910 Model F Buick. This is our fourth time at the tour and we really like it.
Thank you very much. Good morning. Can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're driving today?
My name's John Pohl. This is my wife Linda. We're driving a 1910 Buick Buggy About, called a Buggy About because it's about the size of a horse-drawn buggy. We're from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, and this is our third Red Flag tour, and we're having a great time.
Good morning. Can you tell us where you're from, what you're driving, and if this is the first time on the tour?
This is a 1915 Ford Model T touring car. We're from Omaha, Nebraska. This is our second time, but the first time we broke down halfway through, so we had to trailer it home, the agony of defeat.
Good morning. Can you tell everybody where you're from and who you are and what you're driving?
We're Jim and Sharon McDonald. We're from Windsor Heights, Iowa, and we're driving a 1912 Model T.
Good morning. Can you introduce yourselves, tell people where you're from and what you're driving today?
I'm Walter Burton and Dorothy, my wife, and we're driving a 16 Model T. We're from Rice, Minnesota.
Can you tell everybody what your name is, where you're from, and what you're driving?
My name is Jim Wallmeyer. This is my wife Nancy. We're driving a 1922 Ford. We're from Rice, Minnesota. We're having fun. We were here 2 years ago and we really enjoyed it. Thank you, folks. We enjoy it.
Good morning. Can you please tell the folks who you are, where you're from, and what you're driving today?
I'm Gary Wallace with my wife Jane. We're from St. Louis, Missouri. We're driving a 1911 Rio, that is built by Ransom the Old, who's founded the Old Company.
Could you please tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you're driving?
This is Bill and Sue Walker from St. Louis, Missouri, and we're driving a 1912 Buick 50 horsepower Model 43. And Cindy is our favorite photographer.
Good morning. Can you please tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're driving today?
We're Ken and LeVon Gons. We're from Elma, Wisconsin. We're driving a 1909 Model S two-cylinder Buick. This is our sixth run. Our sixth with the films at the beginning, so we can even make them more.
Good morning. Can you tell everybody who you are, where you're from, and what you're driving today?
Yeah, I'm Jeff Schreiner. This is my wife Rebecca. We're from Mondovi, Wisconsin. And this is a 1908 Maxwell. It's the oldest four-cylinder Maxwell in existence. And this is our fifth time here, I guess it is.
Good morning. If you could tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you're driving today, please.
Wes and Sue Renard from Newton, Iowa, driving a 1909 Mason made in Des Moines, Iowa.
Not only was this made in Des Moines, Iowa, it was made by Fred and Augie Duesenberg. The Duesenberg name is far of famous history, but people made it.
Good morning. If you could tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you're driving today.
I'm Wayne Shear from Milan, Illinois. I'm driving a 1914 Model T.
Good morning. If you could tell everybody who you are and where you're from and what you're driving today, please.
Wayne, Marty, and Dottie Marty
This is a 1915 Overland Model 82, and we're from Imperial, Missouri.
Good morning. If you could introduce yourselves, tell people where you're from and what you're driving today.
Rick Wheeler, this is my wife Jackie. We're from Belleville, Illinois, and this is a 1914 Maxwell 35 four-cylinder, 35 horse.
Good morning. If you could introduce yourself and tell people where you're from and what you're driving.
I'm Don Pauly and my wife Martha. Also have guests with us, our daughter Sarah and our friend John Bruce. We are driving a 1917 Maxwell touring car.
Good morning. If you could introduce yourself, tell people where you're from and what you're driving today.
This is Lee and Barb Oster from Howard Lake, Minnesota. I got a new and improved 1926 Ford Coupe.
Have fun.
Good morning. If you could introduce yourselves and tell people where you're from and what you're driving today.
Jim and Deb Miller from Newport, Minnesota. We're driving a 1914
Good morning. If you can introduce yourselves, tell people where you're from and what you're driving today.
Paul Custer, Judy Jones, Rankill, Minnesota. Driving a 1917 Model T Ford.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for coming today. We'll see you again next year, the last weekend in September.